So we are the Martins, and the Lord has made it clear that our next step is to sell everything, pack up what we have, and go do ministry in New York as missionaries, pastor, and church planters. Well, I am the lead pastor at Wallace Baptist Church. We've been there for 10 years, and we have, Bryce and I have been married for about 10 years as well. We have 2 kids.
I have been working in commercial insurance for 8.5 years, and always been here in Shawnee. I was born and raised in Shawnee. I went to college in Shawnee. I work in Shawnee. We settled our family, raising our family in Shawnee, and this has always been home.
There are 6 households within 1 mile of this house that belong to our family. Mm-hmm. We have a large family, and they're all here, and this is all that we have ever known. And the idea of moving away from that is certainly daunting and scary, and was definitely something we had to surrender over to the Lord and trust that He was going to provide. Bryce and I actually went on a trip to New York about 4 years ago now, and the Lord started a work in our hearts to get us to see the city in a different way and in a different light, and really did a big work in our heart and our lives there that we could not put down from that day forward.
I think going to the city for the first time, what I knew was that He was leading us to have a love for a city that we didn't know much about. And so that trip, I think, just started this 4-year-long journey of what does the Lord have for us, and what is He doing in our hearts for New York City.
3 years ago now, I led our church to start going on annual mission trips there, and getting to know the church planters and pastors there and the ministry there, getting to share the gospel and see the gospel just on the move in that city. I just could never come back without a fire in me to want to do that more and more. Well, this past summer we went on our annual mission trip, and we worked with a church there. And as I was there, I just felt my heart grab a hold of this church and the story. What I didn't know is that just a few months later, I would be getting a call from that pastor that's there with an ask and an invitation for us to consider moving our family and joining the team to pastor this church and to work on future church planting efforts there in the city.
I won't ever forget whenever you got that phone call and you came to tell me about it, because immediately I knew that this was the time that the Lord had paved a way for our family to move to New York City. So Blake gets the phone call, he comes and tells me, and I'm like, all right, it's time.
And what's funny about that is I was in a totally different place. And if you know us, that is not our MO. I'm usually the all gas and she's the brakes. And so all of a sudden when the brakes weren't there, it was a daunting thing for me. And things got real. And I found myself in a place where I was actually the one doubting, and I was actually the one fighting. I came to grips with that I was wrestling 2 idols in my life. And the first one was just comfort. We just have it really good here. We have our family nearby. I have a church that loves and respects me.
It's a community we grew up in.
It's a community we grew up in.
Put our roots in.
We know this place. This is home. And to think about home being somewhere else, much less New York City, that was pretty scary.
Yeah.
And the second idol that I had really was trust that the Lord was going to take care of Wallace whenever we're gone. And that was a really difficult one to let go. But the Lord has made it clear. And I know the truth that He loves that church far more than we do, and He can take care of it far, far better than we can.
So if you've been listening to our story and you're listening thinking, oh, the Lord has called them to move to New York City, or really just anywhere, but the Lord's called this family to move to a new place and to do this big change. And you might be thinking, what's the Lord calling me to do? And what we can be sure of is that The Lord is called all of us out of our comfort zone to share his good news. And you can start with having that simple, it might not feel so simple, but you can start with having that conversation that you have known that you need to have to strike up a conversation with the person that you see every day where you think, I want to tell them about how much I love Jesus or how much Jesus has changed my life. And you can start there. It's not about every family packing up and starting over, but it's just starting with taking that first step.
It's one of the most beautiful things about the church, meaning God's church, is that we're all in this together. And the Lord may not be calling you to move to New York, but that is our call. And what we're gonna have to have is you praying for us. We cannot express how much we know that we need that on a deep level. Praying for our family, praying for our financial stability, praying for the gospel to move there and our ministry to flourish and to see people come to embrace Jesus as King and Lord. That's why we're going. And we need you to pray on our behalf and for us in this next season. So it's also going to be really important for us. We want to share the stories of all that the Lord is doing there. So we plan on being very active in sharing the stories and all that the Lord is doing here on social media. And so it might not seem like a big deal to you, but it really is a big deal for us that you follow along, because it's going to be you following along with the story and what we're up to there that is going to remind you to pray. How to pray. That's going to remind you of some needs that we might have that you might be able to meet. And so it's really important that we stay as much connected to our community, the people that know and love us, as much as possible. And so I would encourage you to follow along in a story as we are going to be actively sharing that story here online. So one of the other really unique things about ministry in an area like this is most every other church planter and pastor, their salary is completely support raised, meaning we're not going to a church that is going to fund our salary and the cost of living there. And if you didn't know, that is a scary, daunting thing. Also, if you didn't know, New York is one of the most expensive cities in the world. But we know that this is where the Lord has called us. But with that means that we're going to have to rely on people like you and churches that can rally around us and sponsor us in this call that the Lord has placed on our heart. And so I would ask you to really prayerfully consider how you can partner with us by financially giving to our family, to be able to live there and to be able to reach those people that the Lord has called us to.